So did you see Wolf Blitzer's interview with Attorney General Bill Barr? He's not even trying to tell the truth anymore. Let's talk about that, because the credibility of the Attorney General of the United States, like justice, matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So did you see the Wolf Blitzer interview of Attorney General Bill Barr? You know, Bill Barr has taken on this almost laughable cartoon villain persona, right? His lies are so obvious, they're so transparent, they're so easy to spot, and he doesn't even try to tell the truth anymore. At the end of this video, I'll suggest what might be behind Bill Barr's willingness to lie over and over again on behalf of the president, supporting any ridiculous claim Donald Trump makes and enabling every crime, every abuse by Donald Trump. But let me start with some of the headlines that came out right after the Wolf Blitzer interview. First of all, this from CNN. Attorney General William Barr, quote, "I don't think there are two justice systems." This from the Business Insider. AG William Barr says logic shows foreign countries could manipulate mail ballots before admitting he has no evidence of that. This from MSNBC. Pressed on foreign election interference, Barr gets everything wrong. And I thought Vox summed it up nicely by saying Bill Barr's interview on CNN was a train wreck. So let me take on just a few of the lies that Bill Barr told Wolf Blitzer, told us, and continues to tell. First of all, with respect to election interference, Wolf Blitzer asked Bill Barr, does he believe Russia is interfering in the election? Here is the series of questions and answers about that. Wolf Blitzer asks the following question. Do you accept that Russia is once again interfering in the U.S. presidential election? Bill Barr, I accept that there's some preliminary activity that suggests that they might try again. Wolf Blitzer asks, of the three countries, Russia, China, and Iran, which is the most aggressive, the most assertive when it comes to interfering in our elections? Bill Barr says, China. I've seen intelligence, and that's what I've concluded. Naturally, Wolf Blitzer asks the follow-up question, what intelligence? Bill Barr says, I'm not going to tell you. I guess we're just supposed to take Bill Barr's word for it because, you know, he's seen intelligence that leads him to conclude, yeah, Russia's not a concern. China's interfering in our elections because I've seen intelligence. Kind of like he saw the Mueller report and then announced to the American people that Bob Mueller found no obstruction, when in fact Bob Mueller found as many as 10 potential obstruction of justice felony offenses by Donald Trump, when in fact federal district court judge Reggie Walton issued a written opinion concluding and announcing that Bill Barr lied about the Mueller report. Specifically, he said he mischaracterized the findings and conclusions of the Mueller report. He spun the Mueller report, and Bill Barr lacks candor. But just take Bill Barr's word for China being the bad actor because, you know, he saw intelligence. Let's take on another ridiculous claim, a lie by Bill Barr. When questioned by Wolf Blitzer about the president's urging citizens in North Carolina to vote twice, vote once by mail, and then go to the polls and vote again, Wolf Blitzer asked the Attorney General, well, it's a crime to vote twice in one election. What does Bill Barr say? I don't know. I don't know if that's a crime. I don't know what the state laws are. Come on. If you've taken a ninth grade civics class, you know it's illegal to vote twice in the same election, right? Or you could just take the word of the top election official in North Carolina who says, quote, North Carolina elections chief says it's illegal to vote twice in an election after Trump comment on double voting. Of course it's illegal to vote twice in one election, but Bill Barr, propping up Donald Trump's nonsense, beyond nonsense, Donald Trump is urging citizens to commit felony offenses by voting twice in the same election. The Attorney General of the United States can't even walk away from that ridiculous claim made by Donald Trump. He has to say, embarrassing himself, I don't know if it's illegal to vote twice. Well, you know what? First of all, that's a lie because you do know it's illegal. And second, if you really didn't know if citizens could vote twice in the same election, you didn't know that was illegal, you have no business being Attorney General of the United States. And then let me just take on one more. The all-purpose villain, anytime Bill Barr talks about what's going on around the country, is Antifa, right? Antifa, 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 Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. It's always Antifa. They're the bad actors. That's the boogeyman. That's who everyone needs to worry about. Can we fact check Bill Barr on that for just a minute? Let's look at some reporting from Forbes magazine. Now, this is back on June 10th, and the protests were pretty vigorous around that time. Here's the headline: 51 protesters facing federal charges, yet no signs of Antifa involvement. And yet Bill Barr can't stop talking about Antifa being the ones who are behind all the violence at the protests. Has Bill Barr ever talked about the fact that the Department of Justice, his Department of Justice, indicted 3 members of the extreme right-wing, radical, violent group, the Boogaloo Boys? Now, these are actual indictments of violent protesters, and let me read just a little bit of the Department of Justice press release on June 3rd. The Department of Justice announces that 3 alleged members of the Boogaloo movement, a term used by extremists to signify a coming civil war and or collapse of society, have been charged with violations of federal and state law for conspiring to cause destruction during protests in Las Vegas, including possessing destructive devices, Molotov cocktails. That's an actual indictment of radical, right-wing, violent extremists, members of the Boogaloo organization. And yet Bill Barr can't stop talking about Antifa. What's really going on here? Why is Bill Barr so willing to lie to us? Lies that nobody believes, to support and to enable Donald Trump. I think we got a pretty strong indicator of why Bill Barr continues to involve himself in crimes, enable the crimes of Donald Trump, lie to the American people. Remember a few days ago, a Donald Trump appointee came out and spoke about the fact that Donald Trump encouraged Department of Homeland Security officials to violate the law, to break our country's immigration laws, promising them that if you do, I will pardon you, right? That was a Trump appointee who brought that to our attention, a gentleman named Miles Taylor. He was appointed by Donald Trump as the chief of staff of the Department of Homeland Security. He had had enough. He spoke out about the abuses being perpetrated by Donald Trump, and he said Trump was promising pardons to DHS officials if they would violate our immigration laws. Folks, is there anybody who doesn't believe Bill Barr already has his pardon in his back pocket? Is there anybody who doubts that Donald Trump has made that same pledge to Bill Barr that he made to Department of Homeland Security officials? If you break the law, if you do what I want, if you do what I say, I got you. I got your pardon right here. No worries. I mean, why else would Bill Barr be transparently lying to us over and over and over again and committing crimes himself, right? Lying under oath when Senator Kamala Harris asked him, did anybody at the White House tell you to open an investigation? And he had this, I don't know. Well, you do know. And that makes that a lie under oath. That's a 5-year felony, lying to the Senate, right? Why is Bill Barr so willing to lie and lie and lie and enable the crimes of Donald Trump? Does he have that pardon in his back pocket, ready to go? Does he think he's going to be absolved of all crimes by Donald Trump, escape all responsibility for what he has done to us and our country in his capacity as Attorney General? He probably thinks he's sitting pretty, like he's going to get away with all of it, but he isn't. He isn't, because you can't deliver a corrupt pardon like that. Just as if those DHS officials had acted on Donald Trump's suggestion, hey, you commit crime, I will pardon you. If they followed through on that pardon wouldn't stick. We'd go into court and fight that pardon, and I believe the judiciary would strike down that corrupt pardon, and I believe the judiciary will strike down a corruptly delivered Bill Barr pardon. So he may think he can lie to us with impunity. He can commit any crime he wants. You know, he can gas peaceful protesters for a photo op for the president. He can do it all because he's got that pardon. I suggest he's got another thing coming in January. And you know what's coming? Justice is coming. And justice matters. It matters. Folks, as always, please stay safe. And I look forward to talking with you all again soon.